Hello. Let's talk about the Prime Minister and his cabinet. Now he's had a day to settle in. What can we expect? My opinion, and it is only my opinion, not a great deal. Not a huge amount, to be honest. I don't think we're going to see any changes. I'm just going to quickly go through the appointments. The key ones. Dominic Raab, he's back again as Deputy Prime Minister. Jeremy Hunt stays as the Chancellor. No surprises there. Suella Braverman, Home Secretary. Wow. James Cleverly is Foreign Secretary. Yeah. Nadhim Zahawi, Minister without portfolio. Never understood what that meant, to be honest. I need to look that up. Theresa Coffey is out of the health area and now the Environment Secretary. Good God. Penny Mordaunt, pissed off Penny, is Leader of the Commons. Interesting story, I'll come to that in a minute. Michael Gove, Amphetamine Man, is back, allegedly. You know what, he's back. It's allegedly that he's an amphetamine freak, but there we go. Steve Barclay, Health Secretary. I will be writing to Steve regarding the NHS parking fees, so I look forward to that. And the only other one really I want to mention is Kemi Badenoch, International Trade Secretary. So, a gallery of talent or a gallery of rogues? The Prime Minister is a caretaker Prime Minister. Nothing's really going to change. Don't forget that Rishi Sunak became Prime Minister with no one voting for him. Just consider that. And if this happened in any other country, how would we view them? Now, Penny Mordaunt, the story I was going to say was she was called in to some very prominent Sunak backers and was told unequivocally, pull out of this race because you're not going to get the voting and everybody backs Sunak. So she dutifully did what they asked. Well, demanded. They didn't ask, they demanded it. And they also demanded the same of her very small amount of backers. I think in the end it was just under 30. It wasn't anywhere near the 100 that was being predicted. And the backers for Boris Johnson coming back, he claimed he had 100 when he went to meet Sunak for their crisis talks about the dream ticket. He said he had over 100. I don't think that was true. That was just another Boris line. I think Rishi Sunak knew that straight away and just called his bluff on it. Sunak was always going to be the chosen one. Like I said the other day, I don't know why we had to have the intermission of Liz Truss. I don't understand how that happened. The people who were supposed to be backing Sunak were supposed to push him through, and we were supposed to have him. Liz Truss was never, ever supposed to get to be PM. I don't understand how that happened. She wasn't experienced enough, and she certainly wasn't talented enough to hold the office. But I'm not saying Rishi Sunak is. He's slightly cleverer, I guess, and he has worked in the city. It's a mystery. That's always going to be a mystery in British politics as to why Liz Truss, for 4 and a bit weeks, was Prime Minister. Something went wrong with the plan, the coup, as it were, because ultimately that's what it is. Rishi Sunak has taken office without anyone voting for him. General election within a year. They could go They could go the 2 years, well, just under 2 years now, but I think we're going to be looking at a general election next year. I want to say that this government is going to make all the right noises, but they're not. There's going to be no change. I don't see any change in policy on foreign policy or the economy. I see Suella Braverman is already in the shit this morning with accusations that she's caused problems at domestic intelligence, so I need to read up on that and find out what it was. She should never be back in the cabinet. Gove is the same. Jeremy Hunt, well, oh God, what can you say? Can't really say anything positive about him. I mean, just look at the way he ran the NHS into the ground. And now he's been given the purse of the entire country. Before I go, just one last thing. They're saying that the budget that was due on Halloween has now been delayed to the 17th of November. And they're saying this is because the nation's finances are improving. I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing the correlation between that and reality. Now, obviously, because Sunak was the chosen one, you'll find that all the right-wing press are now going to push for this. He's great, he's the golden boy, he's the one we should have had, and expect all that guff to arrive in a torrent from the usual suspects. But Keir Starmer, let's talk about the opposition for a moment. He needs to up his game. He has a terrible reputation with people, in so much as that he's not very charismatic. You don't need to be charismatic to be a prime minister. You just need to be able to do the job well. But to get into office and sustain office, you do need to have something. Just look at Tony Blair. He needs to up his game. If he doesn't, then the next general election, Labour will get in with, I suspect, quite a majority. But that is not good enough. The electorate will want more from Labour. They'll want to see positive change. They'll want to see moves to undo some of the horrendous things that the Tories have done and are likely to do under Sunak. Because, as I say, meet the new boss, same as the old boss, to coin a cliche. That's about it from me today. I'm still just going through the media on a day-to-day basis. I'm just trying to find points of interest that we should know, which are not being widely publicised. But please put your thoughts and opinions in the comments if you have any, and are wanting to do so. Let's keep the conversation going. It's a dire situation. He's acquired office without a single vote, and he's kind of skirted around the mandate issue by saying, well, I'm going to maintain the mandate from 2019. That's a cop-out. He should really go. We should have a general election. And like I said, I think give him a year, and I think those that control the Tory party now that they've got their golden boy in, might risk that general election in a year's time. I hope so. I hope it's sooner. Not that because of any particular reason. I just want to see the Tories out of government. After 12 years, enough is enough now. Right, well, thank you for watching the video. I do appreciate it, each and every one of you. Have a good day, and I'll see you on the next video.